This is the 2012 SCAC Men's Soccer Media Days. Today we're joined by Colorado College head coach Horst Richardson. And Horst, thanks so much for taking time to join us today.
Of course. It's a real pleasure.
Horst, take us through your mindset as you begin your 47th season at the helm of the Tiger men's soccer program in 2012.
Well, it seems like the years just flow by, and I'm enjoying them still, and have a great time working with our Colorado College students. As you know, we took an international trip during the summer in June, going over to the European Championships in Poland and Ukraine. Most of the guys on the team went, and with the experiences there, all the hospitality overseas, bringing that back to campus and sharing those experiences with my colleagues. I think I still have what it takes to get the young men ready, and so we've had a little bit of a preseason to the preseason.
Horst, it's actually funny you mentioned the trip over to the European Championships during the summer. That was actually one of my questions for you. You kind of got a little ahead of myself, but go a little bit more in depth. Just describe how much a trip like that can help a team bond, certainly, and talk a little bit about being able to play some games internationally, and perhaps did you get this? Was there a chance for you and the team to maybe catch some of the European Championship games, and then also kind of along those lines too? I understand. Remember you going to the World Cup a couple years ago in South Africa. How do those trips help you learn and keep you informed with the game after so many years?
Well, I mean, soccer is the world's game, and so whenever we have an opportunity to travel through soccer to see the world, I think it's an incredible learning experience for our students. This particular trip came about because of connections I have first in Germany, and then a friend of mine and I made it possible for the team to travel to Eastern Europe, Slovakia, Ukraine, Poland, and we in fact had tickets to one of the European Championships games in Ukraine, Germany versus Denmark. We had fabulous seats and very close to the action, and clearly watching soccer at the highest level, must kind of rub off on the student observer. And I know right now, in preseason, they're trying to play faster. They're trying to emulate their heroes from these various national teams. And even though it doesn't click all the time, I think the ideas are there, A couple of years ago, we were in Brazil training, and, we've really traveled the world from Asia to Latin America to Europe several times. And I mean, aside from soccer, a huge global cultural experience. We had home stays in Ukraine and Slovakia. Were treated very well. Wonderful parties with the opposition, with the opposing teams, college teams, club teams, village teams. So memories for a lifetime.
Horst, talk a little bit about the preparations. Certainly, in coming off a trip like this over to the European Championships, how much of a preseason were you really able to get done, given the fact that the championships were during the summer and a good part of the summer at that?
Well, I mean, the championships were basically in June. We came back at the end of June. The kids took, several weeks off. And then, of course, like all of my colleague coaches in the SCAC, we have suggested summer workout programs that we hope they follow. You can't ever depend on that. But I think for the most part, they came in mid-August, fairly fit and eager to work out, meet the newcomers, integrate them, do a couple of bonding exercises. We usually do a volunteer project at the beginning of the season. And so that's all worked out to mutual satisfaction, and we made a few cuts, and we're down to the roster that I think will get us through the year.
This is the 2012 SCAC Men's Soccer Media Day. Today we're joined by Horst Richardson, the head coach at Colorado College. Horst, talk about who's maybe stood out, who's kind of putting themselves in a position to succeed, and really try to help this Colorado College team take its next step in climbing the SCAC standings.
Well, I think all of our fellow coaches and our opponents probably remember Matt Fechter, who was an All-American last year and a pretty accomplished scorer. He's captain this year. He's come back, poised to be a force during his senior year. We have two co-captains, one also a senior, Denny Wright, who is in fact Matt's roommate, and then a junior co-captain, Sean Parham, who is a very fleet-footed winger. And so the three of them have worked extensively trying to welcome the new guys and helping them get settled in the dorms, and feel comfortable on campus, and also get them integrated on the field through our various practice sessions. We've got a real issue here at Colorado College this year because the entire athletic facility is being renovated, refurbished. We have the entire gym gutted. We're building a new rec center. We've got a new synthetic turf on our former football field. We got, front-end loaders all over the place, machines everywhere, noise, construction, conflicts. So it's not ideal, but when we get all this done, we're going to have a much improved facility. And so we're just being very patient to wait until all of the construction efforts are being completed.
Finally, Horst, what's going to be maybe 2 keys or 3 keys that are going to be important for the Tigers as you enter the 2012 season?
Well, like everybody else, you look for the right chemistry. You look for the right 11 start. You look for that band of brothers that can do the job off and on the field. You look for success on the road. Obviously, you hope for victory at home. We've been working very hard on set pieces, breakout plays from the defense, finishing. But there are so many intangibles in the game. We just hope that we are well rehearsed enough to deal with any situations that the opposition throws at us.
Colorado College head coach Horst Richardson. Horst, again, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, and best of luck in 2012.
Okay, man, have fun in the rain and the